they have the conception of of the universe as a complete form of the Lord, from Satya Loka to Patal Loka. Okay, and also not only that, they also meditate that how the various devatas are coming out from the bodies of the Lord, and how the qualities, Brahmanical qualities, are coming from the head of the Lord, and Kshatriya qualities are coming from the arms, and the Vaishya qualities are coming from the belly, and the Shudra qualities are coming from the legs. That is a secondary. That's how they meditate. So in this way, Lord Brahma explains all these things, how everything is created, to Narada Muni. So why he explains? Because Narada Muni asks, you, my dear father, you have created this universe. It is so amazing, but I have doubt that did you create everything by yourself, or was there any other personality? I have the doubt. And Lord Brahmadev says that you are right. I am just manifesting which was already manifested by Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then he goes on explaining the Sarga and Visarga, creation, primary creation and secondary creation. And he says that, my dear son, Narad Muni, that accept this, what I'm saying, because I'm a devotee of the Lord, and whatever I'm saying is true. So usually a devotee of the Lord is not in ignorance, not in avidya. He is filled with Swarup Shakti of the Lord, the internal potency of the Lord. What is internal potency of the Lord? So usually, in general, constitutionally, there is only one Shakti and one Shaktiman. Okay, Shakti is Srimati Radharani and Shaktiman is Krishna. Okay, there is only one Shaktiman, who is Krishna Bhagavan himself. So one Shakti, Radharani. But the Shakti has various functions. So it is said that in spiritual world, the Shaktis has three functions. Okay? Sandhini Shakti, Samvit Shakti, and Haladini Shakti. Okay, in material realm, it is Maya Shakti. So three parts. The spiritual world there's only one Shakti, but it has four parts. Okay, the spiritual world is in three parts, and material world is in one part. Okay, so material world is in Maya Shakti. Spiritual world is in three parts, which is Sandhini, Samvit, and Alhadini. Okay? So that is these three Shaktis combined together become Chit Shakti, completely spiritual. And the Bhakti, what is Bhakti? What is Bhakti? Bhakti is combination of Samvit and Alhadini. So a devotee, when he practices, he does sadhana by the mercy of the Lord and by his own endeavor, the Samvit Shakti and Alhadini Shakti enters into the heart of the devotee. So devotee is marginal, is a jiva, is a marginal Shakti. Okay? So these two Shaktis, Chit Shakti enters into the heart of the devotee. So that is Chitta. It reflects, the Shakti reflects on the pure Chitta. It's like a crystal. When you put a light on a crystal, blue light, it just glows like a blue color. When you put red light on a crystal, it glows like red. In the same way, Chitta is pure, it's a colorless, but when the Shakti fall on that, reflect on that Chitta, what happens is it glows, the Chitta glows of the Jiva. And depending on the Jiva, the Atma, it creates a flavor of Bhakti. It creates a uniqueness of Bhakti. It's called Sthai Bhava. It creates a Bhava. Okay. So this Bhava is already there, but it just gets manifested. It's not like it's created, but it manifests. When Samvit and Aladini falls on the Chitta, then Sthai Bhava gets manifested. And from there, with that Bhava is spiritual. And that is the Bhava which takes a Jiva to spiritual world, into other in the spiritual realm. Okay, so since there are three Shaktis in spiritual world, it is called Tripad Vibhuti. Okay, in material world there is only one Shakti, Maya Shakti. It's called Ekapada Vibhuti. That's why it is sometimes it's said that material world is 1/4, spiritual world is 3/4. 3/4 energy of the Lord is spiritual world, and 1/4 energy of the Lord is material world. Some also say that it is Bhu Shakti, Nila Shakti, and Sri Shakti in spiritual world, and it's Maya Shakti in material world. And some say Sandhini, Samvit, and Alhadini. In any case, it's all same thing. It's mentioned differently at different places in our scriptures. So it is unlimited. So when this enters into heart, that's how he becomes a devotee. He comes in contact with the Shaktis, then Bhakti will create. Then when Bhakti becomes so condensed, and when Bhava becomes so condensed, it creates the prema. Right? Prema is manifested, not created, manifested. So then the Shandini Shakti, the third Shakti, comes and supports the Bhava and creates a spiritual body. That's how a jiva gets not creates, actually manifest. Okay, I'm using the wrong word, creates, but it's manifest. So then jiva enters into the spiritual realm, spiritual loka, sky, with that spiritual body. So that is a process. So here Brahma, Lord Brahma, he is pure devotee. So he has that Samvit and Aladini Shakti in his heart. He is in touch with the Lord. Krishna can interact with the devotee only through the Shaktis. He will not interact with us through Maya Shakti, because he is not in touch with Maya Shakti. In Gita, Krishna says, Maya Shakti is my external energy. Though it's coming from Krishna, but it's external energy. Whereas Sandhini Shakti, Samvit, and Aladini Shakti are his Swarup Shakti, internal energy. So Krishna will interact with devotees only through his internal potency, internal energy. Okay? So whoever has this bhakti in their heart, Krishna will directly interact with them. And Krishna is is the source of all creation, and he is the source of all the Vedas. So in that way, he is connected to Lord Brahma, and he is imparting all the Vedas to Brahma, and giving all the mantras to Brahma, and giving all the energy to create the universe. So that's how Lord Brahma gets all his power to create the universe, and then also eventually to once he finishes life, he enters into Golok Vrindavan, that realm. So that's why in that way Brahma says that that whatever I'm saying is true. My mind is always engaged in service of the Lord, and my senses is never degraded by attachment to matter. Okay, so Lord Brahma. So the question is, once, as I said, this nice pastime in mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So there are many universes that are coming out from the ports of Mahavishnu. Right? So, but the Brahma in one universe doesn't know about Brahma in another universe. It doesn't know that there is one more universe. Like that. So he goes to Dwarka. Lord Brahma, Brahma of our universe, goes to Dwarka, and then the doorkeeper of Krishna asks, okay, I will go and check with Lord Krishna, and ask him that you have come. Then the doorkeeper enters and asks Lord Krishna that Brahma has come to meet you. Then Lord Krishna says, which Brahma has come? So the doorkeeper comes out and asks that which Brahma are you? And Lord Brahma, it gets confused. Which Brahma am I? Means, are there many more Brahmas? So he says that I'm Chaturmukhi Brahma. I have 4 heads, 4-head Brahma. Then the doorkeeper goes inside and says he's Chaturmukhi Brahma. Then Krishna asks him to come inside. Then Brahmadev goes inside and offers pranams and says that Lord Krishna asks, why did you come? Then Brahmadev says, before I tell you why I have come, I have a question in my heart that, my dear Lord, when I wanted to come inside, you asked, which Brahma am I? So are there more Brahmas in the existence? Then Lord Krishna says that you are only one Brahma in this unlimited material creation. There are many Brahmas, and you are Brahma, Chaturmukhi Brahma of one small universe, which is of length 4 billion yojanas. Very small universe. That's why you have 4 heads. So okay, let's do one thing. You stand here. I will call all the Brahmas, and he invites all the Brahmas, and the Brahmas who come with 1 head, who come with 10,000 heads, who come with 1 billion heads, trillion heads also, and thousands and thousands of trillion heads. And they all fit into the room of Krishna in Dwarka. And the Brahmas who come, they don't see each other. They only see Krishna. But the Chaturmukhi Brahma who is standing could see all the Brahmas. He just become astonished. And he says that all the Brahmas say, they only see Krishna, they won't see other Brahmas. So why did you call us? Krishna says, I just want to see you. Okay. Then all the Brahmas offer obeisances to Krishna at once. All their, the helmets, they touch Krishna's lotus feet and they make amazing sound. And the Brahma of our universe just sees and he's just astonished. And then he realizes that he's just 4-headed Brahma managing one small universe. Bigger the universe, the number of heads. So in this way, it is concluded that you cannot really measure the length and breadth of this material creation. They are unlimited universes, unlimited Brahmas, big universes. Like it's actually impossible to go from one planetary system to another planetary system. What to speak of breaking out one universe and entering into another universe? And they are like universes are like like bubbles that are coming out from the pores of Mahavishnu. That is just a material creation, and there is only one energy, which is Maya Shakti. And spiritual sky, spiritual realm, it is like you cannot even just imagine. It's beyond our conception. At least material world we can try to explain by a number of heads of Brahma, but spiritual world is completely out of question. So in this way, you can say all these Brahmas are devotees of the Lord. Only a devotee has the power to create something amazing, astonishing. Yeah. So Lord Brahma is our guru, and we follow. We get the Vedas and mantras through him. And in fact, Lord Brahma is also the devotee of Srimati Radharani, especially. If you go to Barsana, it's a Brahma Giri is there. On that, the Barsana, the house of Srimati Radharani is there. So he want to have the foot dust of Srimati Radharani on his head always. So he becomes a mountain. And on that hill or mountain, the whole Barsana palace is there, where Srimati Radharani lives. And in Nandagaon, Krishna's house is on Nandishwar Parbat, which is Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva becomes that hill, and on that hill you have Nandagaon, where Krishna resides. So in this way, they are eternally worshipping Radha and Krishna in Shiva Vrindavan. And when we speak, how it's inconceivable it is, the spiritual world, it has unlimited Shaktis. But whole spiritual world is in Mathura Mandala, in Vraja Mandala, on earth. So if you go to Mathura Mandal, on Vraja Mandal here on earth, which is near Delhi, which is 168 square kilometers area. Okay. But that area contains the unlimited spiritual sky, the 3/4 spiritual sky. How? We don't know. It's inconceivable. It's inconceivable. And how a devotee, when he's chanting, and a pure devotee, when he's chanting in some remote part of the world, he enters into Vrindavan. How? We don't know. It's inconceivable. It's just as if, just Vrindavan is just a second away from him. He just leaves material world and enter into spiritual sky. So it's inconceivable. It is said that it's a covering on the soul. Once the material covering is removed, you see the spiritual sky, you see the spiritual world. Yeah. So there are so many inconceivable things, but our mind wants to rationalize, our mind wants to quantify things, and want to understand. But certain things we accept from from our acharyas and gurus, from Brahma and Puranas. So it's very mind-boggling that the whole spiritual sky is in Vrajamandala here on this earth. So something to be astonished about. So I will stop here. So this is the glory of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is a pure devotee of the Lord, and all the Vedas are coming to us through him. All the mantras, Vedas, and in fact, through him, we are getting our bodies by the agency of Lord Shiva, our material bodies. And the only purpose of this creation is, the primary purpose of this whole creation is to give chance to the jivas to become devotees of the Lord. That is the purpose of the creation, primary purpose. Secondary purpose is that the jivas who are averse to the Lord, so they can they can be in illusion of being master of the matter. They are not master of the matter, but they can be in material world and have the illusion they are being controlling the matter, like lording over the matter. That is the secondary purpose. Eventually, they get the karmic reaction, and eventually they get association of devotees, and they also become devotees. But the primary purpose of this whole creation is to give opportunity to jiva to become devotee of Krishna, God. That is there is no other purpose actually. If you contemplate, there is no other purpose for this universe. If you see our own lives, what is the purpose of our birth, our growing, all these things that is we're doing, and what happens, then we die, and what happens after that. So if you see if there is no bhakti, then from birth to death, it's meaningless. It's meaningless. In higher purpose, there's no higher purpose, it's meaningless. We may do some good things, good karma here and there and all, but ultimately it's all temporary. It's all gets destroyed. So the main purpose of this creation is that we can practice bhakti. We get human birth and we practice bhakti and go to Krishna. So I will stop here. Anybody have any comments or questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I have two questions.
Okay.
One is, it is said that Krishna is internal energy, and then we are marginal energy, and then external energy. Maya is external energy. And then you also said that Krishna does not interact through external energy. If I have to understand it with an example, internal energy and external energy, how do I understand? Like, somebody has some potency, he has that potency. What does it mean by having it internally or externally, or not interacting through externally?
Oh, so you're saying interaction, Mataji? Trying to understand your question.
Theoretically, like, I understand that, okay, internal, external, and marginal. Yeah. But what does it actually mean that, okay, this is his external energy and Maya is his external energy, and he does not interact with Maya. He interacts with internal energy only, like it's Samvit and Ladini Shakti. Is there a way to understand this point? It seems just theory to me here. Okay, this is external, this is internal. And am I able to convey my question?
Yeah. So in the beginning, I said that there's only one energy, one Shakti, which is Srimati Radharani. Then we have one Shaktiman, one God, Bhagwan Krishna. Okay. In spiritual realm, okay, when Radha Krishna are together, they are together. That is spiritual realm. That is internal potency. So Radharani is Swarup Shakti of Krishna. Okay. They are not. They are inseparable. So where they are always together, it's spiritual energy, which is internal potency or internal energy or spiritual sky. Okay. Then we have Brahman. Okay. Brahman is place where there is no Swarup Shakti, but there is aspect of the Lord, Sat aspect of the Lord, Sat aspect. There is no Samvit and Alahadini there. That is Brahman. Okay. Then we come to material world, where there is the Shakti is without Shaktiman. It becomes Maya Shakti. So it's a reflection of the internal potency. It's called Maya Shakti. So when we how we experience it in our life is when we are in touch with Krishna, when we are in doing devotional service, then we are in the shelter of Daivi Prakriti. Daivi Prakriti means internal potency of the Lord. When we are doing bhakti, we are under the shelter of Srimati Radharani Swarup Shakti. When we are not doing bhakti, we are engaging in the material activities, trying to control the matter or manipulate the matter. Then we are in external energy. Then we are in Maya energy, where we have perceived this world with our body and mind and senses and want to enjoy our senses, exploit matter with lust, anger, pride, envy, illusion, everything, all those good things. So Krishna is not there. We are trying to control the Maya Shakti in illusion. We are not really controlling, actually. We want to lord it over the Maya Shakti. That is a reflection of Swarup Shakti. It's a reflection of Swarup Shakti is Maya Shakti. But when we have Krishna, when we have Bhakti, then we are connecting to internal potency. So any Bhakti activity that we do is under the shelter of internal potency. It's like going to temple, doing archan, doing kirtan, chanting holy names, thinking, contemplating about the Lord and all the pure devotees. That means we are in touch with internal potency. Okay? When that becomes solidified, when that becomes solidified, the bhakti enters into our heart and stays in our heart. Since Krishna and Radha and Krishna can interact with us at that time. Now they will not interact with us because they don't have a medium to interact with us, because we are in Maya Shakti trying to exploit it. Yeah. So that's how the bhakti is the only way to be in touch or be connected with Krishna, to connect with Radha and Krishna. He is nothing but a combination of Aladini and Samvit Shakti. Does that clarify, Mataji?
Yes, it does, Prabhu. In very simple word, if we can say, like, Krishna's Shakti, which is without remembrance of Krishna, is Maya, and Krishna's Shakti with his remembrance, his service, is his internal potency. Will that statement be okay?
Yeah, you can simplify like that, Mataji. Yes. When Radha and Krishna together is spiritual world. When Krishna is without Radharani, it's Brahman. When Radharani is without Krishna, it is Durga Devi, Vaishnavi, Narayani.
One more follow-up question on the same line, Prabhu. So there is Krishna Shaktiman, and then Radharani Shakti. So all the Shaktis of Krishna is Radharani. But then, then all these Shaktis are Samvit, Sandhini, and Hladini. So, but I don't know if I heard somewhere or read somewhere that Hladini Shakti is Radharani. So all these three Shaktis are Radharani, or Hladini Shakti only is Radharani?
No, all the Shaktis are Radharani. Even Jiva Shakti, Maya Shakti, like marginal potency, internal potency, external potency, everything all coming from one Shakti. Okay? The functions become different. That's why we have different terms. We have the same Shakti in spiritual world is Swarup Shakti, and on Tatastha it's Jiva Shakti, and externally it's Maya Shakti. Okay, so so what was the question, Mataji?
And so all the Shaktis are Radharani, but then
Yes.
on the other hand, I have heard that Radharani is the Hladini Shakti.
Oh yes,
so that's why I was
that point. Yes. So what happens is in spiritual world we have Sandhini, Samvit, and Ahladini, right? So Shakti is Shakti. Every Shakti has predominating deity. We have Maya Shakti. So Maya Shakti predominating deity is Durga Devi, or Parvati Vaishnavi. Okay. In the same Samvit, Ahladini, and Sandhini also has predominating deity. So Ahladini's predominating deity is Srimati Radharani. Some predominant deity is Krishna, and Sandhini predominating deity is Balram.
Okay.
Deity, but Shakti is coming from all Shakti is Radharani.
Okay. That clarifies, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, so I will.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you. Yeah, just to that question, just to simplify. So if I'm being pushed and pulled, with the passion and ignorance, at the most just be peaceful. But there is no attraction or taste to devotion, then I am in external energy. If I am starting to have taste for devotion, and if I could feel the connection with Guru or Krishna, and if everything that is being said by Shastras and Acharyas are starting to make some sense to me, not feeling very alienated, then I am slowly in devotional energy.
Yes.
And when I am chanting, if the Harinam is not just alien dry words, but I am able to perceive something and feel the connection to the Harinam Prabhu, then slowly, if I am feeling more and more of perceiving Rupa, Guna, Leela, this is all because of the internal energy. So if I am perceiving my connection with Sri Guru, and if I am having some taste with any of the devotional things, and if I'm developing more and more attraction to anything devotional, then it means I'm being in internal energy. I am in internal energy because Sri Guru, who is the medium, a channel to pass on the internal energy, the Swarup Shakti from Krishna to me. He is the reason why I'm in internal energy. And this is how I know I am in internal energy. And if I'm not feeling any of these things, nothing devotional, if I'm on the other side feeling pushed and pulled, at the most just peaceful, but no connection at all, then I am in external energy. Right, Prabhu? I want to end the note with, if I am with Krishna, feeling taste for bhakti, I am in internal energy, feeling connection with Guru and Krishna, and wanting to do bhakti more, then I'm in internal energy. Right, Prabhu?
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Yeah, thank you for the comment.
I didn't want to leave myself on the other side. I had to bring.
In fact, actually, the best part of bhakti is when we move towards show interest in bhakti, the Maya Shakti also helps. What happens? The external energy also helps. So previously, if a jiva is not interested in bhakti, the Maya Shakti will give all kinds of troubles in Adibhautik, Adhyatmik, and Adidaivik, and Avidya. She becomes Avidya. But when a jiva shows interest in bhakti, then Maya Devi, she is merciful. She is Vaishnavi, she is Narayani. She becomes Vidya Vritti. She becomes Jnana. She becomes Jnana, and she supplies all the resources to the jiva, because we are ultimately a child of Maya Shakti, right? This body belongs to her. So we are her child. So she helps. Okay, my child wants to go to Krishna. So she becomes Vidya Vritti and supplies all tools and resources so that they can advance in bhakti, go close to Krishna.
Right. So if we have to concise, how do I know I'm an external energy or an internal energy? Then that's okay, right?
Yeah.
I'm
just adding one more point to that. So even external energy also helps in devotional.
Right. You have to push towards internal energy to make sure, saying that there is no other way but to depend on Krishna to get rid of these miseries. Yes.
In fact, when we go to Devi Devtas and ask for Krishna Bhakti, they become very happy. If we ask for something else, they'll be like disappointed. But if we ask for Krishna Bhakti, they'll just jump out of the altar.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Since now Dashara is coming, the Durga Puja is coming, it's a nice opportunity to request, beg.
Yeah.
Vaishnavi, Narayan to engage us more in bhakti, Krishna bhakti.
Hoping the Devi would jump out of altar with our requests and be joyful and bestow her blessings upon us.
Yes, it's very important.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Mataji and Prabhuji. So how do any devotee would know the taste, like the internal energy? Like, when do we know that? Like, is it like they can identify that, or it happens by itself and we don't know that? How to do that? How to know that? I'm still.
We will know it, Prabhu. When we are hungry, when we are eating, we know we are eating. When we know we are full, we are full. It's completely.
Okay.
Yeah, completely. We will be aware of it.
Yeah, it's an experience. It's an experience. It's not a theory, but it's an experience. So
is it like internal energy also, like touch and go, and it happens, Mataji, or once we?
If you are running after Krishna Kada, if you can't stop but want to chant, and if you are thinking, oh, this bhakti process is so good, it means you are in internal energy.
Okay.
So up till asakti, like Nishta, Ruchi, asakti, internal energy will influence the jiva. Bhava, she completely takes over. Internal energy will completely takes over.
Okay.
Till asakti, Sarup Shakti will influence the jiva. She has a control, or you can say mercy over the jiva. But at Bhava stage, she completely enters, she becomes one. It's like Prabhupada gives example, like when you put an iron rod in fire. So the iron rod, we can see, it's burning, and the fire is influencing the iron rod. And eventually, if we leave it for a long time, the rod becomes red hot. So you can compare with Bhava. Then the prema stage, you can compare that. You will not see difference between the fire and the iron rod. That is prema. So, are you getting that example?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
So initially, right now we are just thrown into the fire, into the Sarup Shakti. It takes time to heat up. Okay.
Okay.
But we are getting influenced by it. We are feeling the heat, but we have not become completely subservient to the internal energy.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you everybody. So we'll stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhameva patanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo ananta koti vaishnavendra ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanand. Hare Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Good night.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you much.